Decode Conflict, Episode 1, Hamas Takedown. Date August 9th, 2025. Decode Conflict presents Episode 1, Hamas Takedown. In the early hours before dawn, the streets of Gaza City were silent, their emptiness concealing the precision strike that was already in motion. In Tel Aviv, a network of analysts and operators sat in a low-lit operations center, their screens streaming data from drones, satellites, and ground agents embedded deep inside the strip. This operation had been months in the making. The Israeli intelligence services, Shin Bet, Amman, and Mossad had combined capabilities in a way not seen since the Second Intifada. Signals intelligence had traced the encrypted chatter between Hamas commanders. Cyber units had penetrated secure communication lines, mapping not just who was talking, but where they would be at any given moment. Artificial intelligence algorithms ran continuous predictive modeling, calculating the probability of each target's location down to a 90-second window. The first wave came without warning. High-velocity precision munitions launched from drones invisible to the naked eye punched through apartment facades and safe house walls. In less than 12 minutes, 5 senior Hamas commanders were dead, each eliminated in separate locations across Gaza. These were not random strikes. They were the decapitation tier of Hamas's leadership, men who oversaw weapon smuggling, finance, and the coordination of militant cells. But this was not simply a military assault. It was a technological kill chain. Every strike was preceded by electronic disruption, phone networks collapsing into silence, radios emitting static before detonating into lethal fragments, a signature of Israel's advancing technological warfare. Booby-trapped communications devices had been seeded into Hamas's logistics pipelines months earlier, disguised as Iranian-supplied encrypted radios. The moment they were activated for emergency coordination, they exploded. The psychological effect was immediate. Surviving mid-tier commanders abandoned their posts, retreating into underground tunnel systems. But the tunnels, once Hamas's sanctuary, were no longer secure. Israeli ground-penetrating radar and seismic mapping had turned the subterranean network into a navigational chart of targets. Airburst thermobaric munitions collapsed tunnel entrances, sealing fighters inside or forcing them into exposed escape routes where aerial drones waited. Internationally, the response was divided. Some Arab capitals condemned the operation as an escalation, while others quietly acknowledged that Hamas's destabilizing influence had long overstayed its usefulness. In Cairo and Amman, security officials watched closely, aware that Israel's operational blueprint could one day be adapted against other non-state militant actors. By day's end, the command structure of Hamas was in ruins. Internal communications were fragmented, and field operatives were receiving contradictory orders, if any at all. The few surviving senior figures were forced into hiding, their ability to coordinate reduced to sporadic, low-tech couriers, a regression to the communication methods of insurgencies past. Yet, in the intelligence community, there was no illusion that Hamas had been permanently neutralized. The group had survived previous setbacks, and ideology does not die with its leaders. But for now, Hamas's operational capacity was shattered. The Gaza Strip was quieter than it had been in years, an uneasy temporary silence masking the reality that in the shadows, Israel's intelligence war would continue, relentless and unseen.